Cosmetic surgery has become a common practice in Hollywood, with many celebrities opting for procedures to enhance their appearance. However, when it comes to certain black celebrities, their dramatic transformations go far beyond the typical beauty standards and have sparked intense debate. What begins as a personal decision often becomes a public spectacle, with these transformations igniting conversations about identity, self-worth, and the ever-changing beauty standards within the entertainment industry. These changes raise questions about how far one should go to meet society's expectations, and how those expectations can shape a person's career and public image. For some, these cosmetic changes have come at a significant cost, not just physically but professionally. What was once a journey to personal empowerment or self-expression has, in certain cases, led to a downfall in their careers. From makeovers that wowed the public to shocking career collapses, these stars, who once thrived in the limelight, have found themselves caught in the whirlwind of controversy and public scrutiny. Today, we'll delve into the stories of black celebrities whose careers have been affected, sometimes ruined, by their pursuit of cosmetic perfection. Stay tuned to find out who made the list as we explore the impact of cosmetic surgery on their lives and careers. If you find this story interesting and want to learn more about celebrities with dramatic cosmetic surgery transformations, leave a comment with the number 1. If not, leave a comment with the number 0. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and those around you so they can know too. Leave a comment below to share your thoughts, and make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any other exciting videos. Now, let's dive into the story. Blac Chyna exploded in the spotlight with her bold style, drawing attention from her daring fashion choices to her headline-making relationships. But behind the tabloid frenzy lies a woman with a mission. Starting out as a model, she quickly ventured into business, launching a successful cosmetics brand and opening a beauty salon with the sole aim of empowering others through the art of self-expression. However, as her empire grew, the public became obsessed with her ever-changing appearance, a series of dramatic cosmetic surgeries, including multiple breast augmentations, often overshadowing her business acumen. To some, she became a symbol of bold reinvention. To others, a cautionary tale. The story of Blac Chyna's fame, a double-edged sword, is not just about surface-level beauty, but also the struggle to be seen as herself in a world that quickly judges you based on appearance. It's a raw and profound look at the cost of fame, the power of reinvention, and the battle to control your own narrative under the public eye. Kanye West has never been one to shy away from attention, a trailblazer in music, fashion, and cultural rebellion. His name has become synonymous with boldness and unapologetic self-expression. But behind the flamboyance and bravery lies a man more complex than most realize. In a moment that surprised fans, Kanye admitted to undergoing liposuction, not out of vanity, but to escape the harsh judgment he feared about his weight. It was a shocking revelation, not because of the procedure itself, but because it came from him, the man who always seemed invincible. Kanye himself cracked open that confession, breaking the polished facade of one of the most controversial figures in pop culture. Suddenly, the man known for challenging norms and redefining cool was just another person trying to overcome insecurity. It reminded the world that even someone who appears confident on the outside may be silently struggling within. For Kanye, a man who has spent his career rewriting the rules, this raw, honest moment may be one of his most powerful statements. but it humanized him in a way few public moments ever could. Behind the headlines and hits, behind the controversies and high fashion, is a man deeply affected by the pressures we all face, in the reality that Kanye wasn't just sharing an aesthetic decision, he was revealing the emotional toll of fame. And in doing so, he reminded all of us that confidence doesn't mean immunity from pain. Sometimes it's the bravest voices that hide the deepest wounds. Nicki Minaj is not just a rapper. She's a cultural force that shattered the doors of a male-dominated industry and changed the game in her own way. With lightning-fast flows, razor-sharp lyrics, and a bold fusion of style and sound, she created hits like Superbass and Anaconda, not only topping the charts, but becoming landmarks in pop culture. Her magnetic presence, fiery personality, and unflinching boldness made her one of the most influential artists of her generation. But Nicki's impact goes beyond music. Her iconic curves, brightly colored wigs, and over-the-top fashion sparked endless conversations, admiration, and controversy from her fans. She's not just a superstar, she's a symbol of empowerment, unwavering in the face of society's judgments. Nicki proudly owns her image, turning her body into a key part of her brand and flipping beauty standards on their head. Still, her journey highlights the harsh reality of being a woman, especially a black woman, under the spotlight where appearance often gets scrutinized more than lyrics. Amidst the noise, Nicki Minaj has emerged stronger and more confident than ever. She's living proof that talent, authenticity, and self-love can rewrite the rules of fame and redefine what it means to truly be an icon. Vivica Fox, a force on screen with her powerful presence, undeniable talent, and radiant beauty. From blockbuster action films to soul-stirring television shows, she's not only entertained, but inspired. Behind the glitz and applause, Vivica faces a silent battle that countless women in Hollywood endure in an industry obsessed with youth and perfection. Aging isn't just natural, it's controversial. As the years passed, Vivica made a personal decision to undergo cosmetic surgery in hopes of preserving the look that helped shape her career. The immediate reaction was divided. While some praised her boldness in embracing change, others criticized her for altering what they saw as her signature features. Her natural beauty suddenly found headlines focusing more on her face than her films. Talk shows, tabloid magazines, and even fans questioned her choices, often overlooking the decades of powerful performances that made her a star. Vivica's story is not just about change, but a reflection of Hollywood's double standards, where women are praised for their beauty, but judged for how they choose to maintain it. Through it all, Vivica remains resilient, proving that her true legacy isn't defined by age or appearance, but by strength, talent, and the refusal to be confined by anyone's expectations. Tamar Braxton is not just an R&B icon. She's a voice that shaped a generation with unforgettable ballads like Unbreak My Heart and Breathe Again. She didn't just sing, she moved people with her seductive voice, emotional depth, and undeniable elegance. Toni is not just a star, she's an icon of strength, calm, and soul. But in recent years, fans began to notice something subtly changing in her appearance. It didn't take long for quiet observations to become loud ones. Rumors of cosmetic surgery began to spread across media outlets and online forums, dissecting every photo, every red carpet look. Toni remained gracefully silent, never confirming or denying, but that silence spoke volumes. Under the spotlight, even the smallest changes become headline news. And for someone like Toni, whose image has long been associated with timeless beauty and grace, those changes not only sparked curiosity, but opened deeper conversations about the pressures of fame and the meaning of aging in a youth-obsessed world. But through it all, one thing remains unchanged: her legacy. The true power of Toni Braxton lies not in her appearance, but in how she makes us feel. Her voice still echoes, her music still heals, and her story continues to inspire. True beauty lies in the art she's given us and the resilience she continues to show. Lil Mo burst into the world of R&B and hip-hop with a voice that couldn't be ignored, raw, powerful, and brimming with emotion. Her lyrics were deep, her delivery fearless, and her presence unmistakable. She wasn't just another voice in the crowd, she was a voice that demanded to be heard. But over time, the story began to change. Rather than celebrating her vocal mastery and the honesty in her lyrics, attention shifted to her physical evolution. Lil Mo's decision to undergo facial cosmetic surgery sparked a public debate. Some praised her for taking control of her image, unashamed of embracing change. Others, however, mourned what they saw as the loss of her authentic self. As headlines shifted from her music to her surgery, her artistry began to fade into the background. The voice that once filled rooms and hearts now struggled to be heard amidst the noise of judgment and speculation. Yet, Lil Mo never lost her essence. Her story reflects the double standards that women in entertainment often face, and serves as a reminder that true talent never disappears. It just waits for the world to catch up. Tiny Harris, the powerful voice of the legendary 90s R&B group Xscape, built her legacy on soulful ballads and unforgettable harmonies. But long after the final note in her chart-topping hits faded, she became a headline once again, not for her music, but for a bold and controversial change. She permanently changed the color of her eyes to a striking icy blue. For Tiny, this decision was very personal, a way to express her individuality and beauty in her own way. But the public's reaction was immediate and fierce. Fans and critics alike questioned the safety of this risky procedure, citing potential harm to her vision and long-term health risks. The decision sparked a fierce debate on social media and talk shows, forcing the focus to shift to deeper conversations about self-image, bodily autonomy, and ever-changing beauty standards. While some worried her legacy was being overshadowed by controversy, others saw something else: a woman unafraid to challenge expectations and stand up for her truth. Whether you like it or not, Tiny's bold move reminded the world of what made her a star in the first place: fearless self-expression, raw authenticity, and a refusal to be bound. Through both her music and personal choices, Tiny Harris continues to capture attention and spark important conversations. Hazel E rose to fame with her unforgettable presence on Love and Hip Hop, where her bold personality and raw honesty immediately made her stand out. She didn't just appear on screen, she owned it, especially when she opened up about her profound cosmetic surgery journey. What began as a private decision soon became a central part of her public identity, drawing attention from fans and critics alike. For many, Hazel's openness was a breath of fresh air in an industry built on filters and facades. She dared to show her real transformation, unfiltered, sparking conversations around beauty, self-worth, and authenticity. Supporters praised her bravery in challenging beauty norms and rewriting her story on her own terms. But not everyone agreed. Critics argued she was too focused on her image, accusing her of letting her artistry and career ambitions fade into the background. Hazel E's journey remains an impressive portrait of reinvention in an era of fame. Her story delves into the meaning of owning your truth in a world that quickly judges you based on appearance, and whether you applaud or question her path, one thing is clear: she's never been afraid to be exactly who she is. In the early 2000s, Lil Kim not only created a wave, but became a tidal force. Crowned the queen bee of rap, she broke the ceiling with her fearless flow. Her lyrics were bold, unapologetic, and her fashion trends caught attention and set trends. Hits like Crush on You weren't just songs, they were statements. She was raw, bold, and unstoppable, inspiring an entire generation of women to step up and speak out. But as her career grew, so did her appearance, and the world couldn't ignore it. Fans and critics alike began noticing significant changes: altered facial features, a lighter skin tone, and rumors of numerous cosmetic procedures. But true to her nature, Lil Kim never hid behind silence. She opened up with incredible honesty, revealing that her transformation wasn't out of vanity, but stemmed from years of deep emotional pain. The pain of toxic relationships, a lifetime of struggles. Beauty standards often excluded women who looked like her. Some praised her vulnerability, while others reduced her to headlines, with harsh criticism shifting the focus from her pioneering artistry to her looks. Suddenly, the conversation wasn't about her legacy anymore, but about her face. But here's the truth: Lil Kim is and will always be a legend. Her journey is not just about music or image, it's about survival, self-definition, and defying a world that tried to box her in. She's not just a rap icon. She's a mirror reflecting society's impossible expectations and a symbol of reclaiming your power, no matter the cost. Born into the legendary Jackson family, Latoya Jackson was destined for the spotlight. But fame, as she would learn, is a double-edged sword. While her fame opened many doors, it also invited a life of comparison, scrutiny, and impossible expectations. Unlike her brother Michael, Latoya found herself under the harsh eye of public judgment for many years. Her appearance began to change, particularly with multiple nose surgeries and cosmetic procedures, which became tabloid fodder, often overshadowing any real discussions about her work in music and television. The whispers grew louder. Was she chasing beauty or simply trying to survive under the pressure of living up to the Jackson name in an industry obsessed with perfection? Over time, the focus shifted from her talent to her appearance, but behind the headlines and harsh criticisms was a woman carving out her own identity, torn between family legacy and personal freedom and the price of fame. Latoya Jackson's story is not just about appearance, but about resilience, reinvention, and the quiet strength needed to be seen not just as someone's sister, but as someone important in her own right. K. Michelle became famous for her powerful voice, a potent blend of soulful pain and raw truth. Songs like Can't Raise a Man not only topped the charts, but also created a stir, resonating with fans who saw themselves in her unapologetic honesty. But beneath the spotlight, with fame increasing and cameras getting closer, K. Michelle made a decision that would forever change her life. She underwent buttock surgery in pursuit of the perfect figure. At first, it felt like a victory. Her new curves received admiration, applause, and attention. She walked with pride, believing she had control over her image in an industry obsessed with physical perfection. However, beneath the surface, a silent nightmare was unfolding. The implants that once empowered her began to ravage her body, causing pain, medical emergencies, and emotional turmoil. In a bold, deeply personal move, K. Michelle chose to remove the implants, not only to heal her body, but to reclaim her life. Since then, she has turned her pain into purpose, using her platform to speak out against unrealistic beauty standards and raise awareness with a message of self-love and acceptance. Her story is no longer just about fame or change. It's about survival. K. Michelle's journey serves as a powerful reminder that beauty should never come at the cost of your health. And true confidence doesn't come from altering your body, but from honoring it. Selena Johnson, the soulful energy behind unforgettable hits like Guess What, has never been one to shy away from the truth. While her voice has lit up stages and climbed the charts, it's her raw honesty that has struck the deepest chord. Behind the allure and stage lights, Selena has openly faced one of the most personal battles many women silently endure. Body image in a world that constantly tells women they're never enough, especially under the glaring lights of the entertainment industry. Selena made the vulnerable choice to undergo body-shaping procedures. Instead of hiding it, she shared the emotional toll, the pressure, the insecurities, and the unspoken shame. Her openness broke taboos and sparked a much-needed conversation about self-esteem, unrealistic beauty standards, and the strength it takes to love yourself in a world that only profits when you can't. Selena's story is not just about transformation, but also liberation. She reminds us that beauty isn't perfection, it's truth. And by embracing herself, she's helped countless others find the courage to embrace theirs. Sandra Denton, known worldwide as Peppa from the legendary hip-hop duo Salt and Peppa, didn't just write music, she made history in an era where hip-hop was dominated by men. She stormed the stage with unshakable confidence, drawing all eyes and breaking boundaries with iconic hits like Push It and Waterman. Peppa didn't just rise on the charts, she redefined what it meant to be a powerful woman in rap music. Her fearless attitude, vibrant style, and unyielding presence ignited a flame for many generations to follow, inspiring fans to stand firm in their truth and own their individuality. But time often brings new chapters and new controversies. When Peppa underwent cosmetic surgery and changed her appearance, public opinion quickly followed, with some praising her boldness, applauding her right to evolve in her own way, while others mourned what they saw as the loss of a familiar face, sparking debates that went beyond the surface. For Peppa, the conversation was never just about beauty. It was about identity and the weight of public expectation. Her journey shows the painful tension between staying true to yourself and maintaining relevance in an image-obsessed industry. Throughout it all, Peppa remains an icon of resilience, a reminder that true legacy is built not just on hits and headlines, but by those brave enough to evolve no matter who's watching. Tamar Braxton has always been a formidable force, with a powerful voice and an undeniable presence that lights up every stage she steps on. From the start, her bold personality and unmatched talent made her stand out, earning her a loyal fan base worldwide. But as her star continued to shine, the pressure increased, especially when it came to her appearance under the harsh glare of fame. Tamar made a personal decision to undergo cosmetic procedures, a move that received both praise and criticism. Some praised her confidence, calling her fearless and inspiring for taking control of her image. Others, however, mourned the change, feeling that the authenticity that made her so relatable was slowly being hidden by Hollywood beauty standards. Tamar's journey is not just about transformation, but also a reflection of an industry that often values appearance over artistry. But through it all, she remains a symbol of strength, navigating the thin line between self-expression and societal expectations. Her evolution reminds us that behind every glamorous photo and bold performance is a woman grappling with the questions many face. How do you stay true to yourself in a world that constantly tries to make you someone else? If you're surprised by the transformations of these figures, don't forget to hit like, share the video, and comment your thoughts below to let us know. Now, let's continue with the story. Kia exploded onto the music scene like a storm with her hit My Neck, My Back, a bold, unfiltered song that immediately grabbed attention and solidified her as a daring new force in hip-hop. With fierce confidence and an unyielding personality, she carved her own path, attracting fans who were drawn to her raw honesty, captivated by a woman who not only broke the mold, but shattered it over the years. Kia's decision to undergo a series of cosmetic procedures sparked a wave of controversy. Fans who once praised her fearless, natural personality began questioning whether her changing appearance conflicted with the rebellious authenticity that made her a legend. The transformation was not just physical. It reflected a deeper struggle that many artists quietly endure, walking a fine line between personal freedom and public expectation in an image-obsessed industry. Her journey has sparked a larger conversation about identity, self-expression, and the cost of living authentically in a world that often rewards the opposite. Michelle Williams, a name forever tied to the iconic legacy of Destiny's Child, brought soulful richness to the group's harmonies, helping shape a generation. But as she stepped into the spotlight as a solo artist, her story often veered away from the excellence of her voice and turned to baseless speculation about her appearance. Instead of celebrating her talent, some focused on rumors about aesthetic changes. However, Michelle never let the noise overshadow her truth. With grace and resilience, she used her voice not only to sing, but also to speak out for mental health, self-love, and authenticity in a world obsessed with appearances. Her courage challenges beauty norms and uplifts anyone who's ever felt invisible. Because for Michelle, true beauty doesn't come from the mirror. It radiates from the heart. Janet Jackson is not just a superstar, she's a global force. From groundbreaking music to electrifying stage performances, she's spent decades redefining what it means to be a legend. But even icons aren't immune to public scrutiny. As the years passed, whispers about her changing appearance began to surface. But those conversations pale in comparison to the immense legacy she's built. Janet's story is one of strength and survival, navigating a world where every move is analyzed and every choice is questioned. Yet through it all, she remains unshaken. Her journey reminds us that true greatness doesn't just shine, it endures, even in the face of relentless scrutiny. Janet continues to rise gracefully, fearlessly, and unstoppable. Kenya Moore, the former Miss USA and breakout star of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, has never hidden her truth when it comes to enhancing her beauty. With unapologetic honesty, she's opened up about her transformative journey, a bold move that has garnered both praise and provoked debate. Her transparency has been lauded as empowering, but it has also sparked conversations about the fine line between self-love and society's ever-evolving beauty ideals. Kenya's journey is not just about appearance. It's a powerful story of self-discovery, identity, and the pressure of living under the spotlight. Her evolution is not just personal, but a mirror reflecting the changing face of beauty in today's world. Keyshia Cole doesn't just sing, she pours her soul into every note. Her raw and heartfelt R&B ballads speak to all those who have loved, lost, or struggled to find themselves. Her voice has become a mirror for millions, turning pain into poetry and sorrow into healing. But as her fame grew, so did the spotlight. It wasn't just about the music. Keyshia's bold, unapologetic style created a wave that was praised by fans, but scrutinized by critics. Some questioned whether the attention on her striking appearance overshadowed her undeniable vocal power. Yet through every headline and whisper, Keyshia never wavered. She stood strong, embracing her truth, her body and her voice, reminding the world that true strength lies in living authentically. Her story is not just about chart-topping success, but also a testament to resilience, self-love, and the courage to rise above judgment. If you find this story fascinating and want to explore more about celebrities with dramatic cosmetic surgery transformations, don't forget to hit like, share the video, and leave a comment below to let us know your thoughts. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exciting videos in the future. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.